Welcome, everyone, to the Will Reads for season 13, episode 8. What's up? It's been so long since I've seen you, Ian. It's been like 24 hours.
Yeah. Last time I saw you, I got a workout like I haven't had in a long time.
Same here. I ended up laying on my back on the concrete, staring at the sky at some point. So there was that.
Yeah, I needed to get a massage after that.
Oh, I'm still sore. Anyway, so before we get too much further, I forget. This episode is for Mugen Shimura, new patron.
Hey, say it one more time.
You. Mugen, Mugen.
Moogs. This episode's for Moogs.
It's for Moogs.
Thank you so much.
So,
I hope I'll make it a good one. We'll see.
Taishar. Chris will not be here tonight. He has a family meeting. That's all.
He'd be lifing.
I think he'd be lifing. Life and be lifing for Chris.
Yeah,
that's okay.
We take turns. Look,
week.
We've been doing this for how many years now? Every now and then we gotta do the life stuff.
Yeah, every now and then
it creeps up.
It does. Let's see other announcements. So last minute decision might be going to Jordan Con now.
Yeah, I think we're
going this year.
I think we're all in on that
now. I'm going now. I need to buy a ticket still, but I booked a hotel room. So,
in fact, I feel like you and your other podcast members need to see what you could do about getting on a panel or somehow officially getting involved with them. Yeah.
Yeah. We can figure something out. That would be fun, exciting. But yeah, so fun times. Jordan Con looks like it's on the table. Meat's back in the menu, boys. Something like that. They found Lord of the Rings.
Are you gonna share the news as to why we're definitely going?
Oh, because Brandon Sando's going. And if Brandon Sando's going, we're going.
Yeah. Yep.
So Brando Sando
makes
me go thing. In case you hadn't heard. Brando Sando's going to be a Jordan Con. So we're going to be a Jordan Con. I wasn't planning on it, but then again, I do have a Mistborn tattoo somewhere. There it is. So maybe I should try to go meet the creator of Mistborn.
I like the way you shared it with Chris and I. The way Alan shared it with Chris and I, he like when he found out the news that Brandon Sanderson was going to be there, he was like, "All right, I gotta run this by the missus because I know we had talked about not going, and I don't know, maybe I should go ahead and book a room now because that's money paid up front." And he goes to talk to her, and she just looks at him. She's like, "You literally have his stuff tattooed on your body. Of course you're going. Like, what? Why are you asked? Like, book the hotel. What are you doing?" I was like, that is the right answer. Yeah. That's awesome. Yep.
So yeah. So looks like at least we are going. I think well, it depends on on whether Canadians can come into our country or not. We'll see. A lot can happen between now and April.
We laugh, but hey, who knows?
I say that jokingly, but at the same time, like, I don't know. The way it's going.
If it's up to me, Tree will always be allowed.
Yeah. But strange times we're living in. That's for sure. What's the old Chinese proverb? May you always live in interesting times. Well,
yeah. Whoever pulled that fortune cookie, darn you.
Darn you. It's interesting. So yeah. Well, if you plan on going to JordanCon, we'll probably be there. I haven't bought my JordanCon passes, but I have my hotel room, so I'll be there. Whether or not I'm actually in the con, I'll be in the hotel.
Yeah.
Most of the time I spend the time outside the con anyway. Like I've been 3 times now, and every time I go to JordanCon, I spend a fraction of the time actually at the con itself.
Yeah.
I always
it's all about the people.
Yeah, I always say I'm gonna do all these panels, and then I end up like in room parties and in random situations, and not where I said I was going to be. So yeah,
Nothing wrong with that. It's a good experience.
Fun times. So yeah, we're trying to make it all happen. It's kind of fast moving, but we're doing the thing. Personal life. Eden and I are playing in a pickleball tournament on Saturday. So we decided to go practice last night, our afternoon, which started out actually really, really, really easy and just learning the rules. And we played a game against each other, and it was a little intense. It wasn't that big of a deal. But there's these other 2 guys playing on the courts, and they're like, "Hey, you guys want to play doubles?" And we're playing doubles in the tournament. So I was like, "Well, this might get practice." Now,
perfect opportunity.
This is my second time ever playing.
And that was my
first time ever playing. Right. And these guys, they look like they played a lot. I mean,
they played a few times.
They play a lot. Yeah, they played a few times. So they beat us both times, but we gave them a run for their money.
Especially the second time was very close.
The second game we almost won. Like we were actually a game point away at least once.
Yeah,
and we actually had to go to extra points because we tied it up so much. It was but trying to keep up with people that actually know what they're doing, it hurt. It hurt.
So I've casually seen people playing, and I know the way it started, and it was kind of advertised. It's like, hey, this is something that people of all abilities can play. Obviously, you see a lot of elderly people with physical limitations play the game.
Right.
So I didn't think it could be that intense, but the cool thing about pickleball is it is as intense as you are physically able to make it. So, and Alan and I both, we're both 42 and not in the best shape of our lives. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
And these guys hopefully they were a little bit younger. The one guy was definitely in really good shape, but they were both moving a lot better than us. But we're super competitive. So neither one of us were going to lay down. Well, Alan did lay down one time. After going after a shot that was just out of his reach, gravity got a hold of him. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think I could really get into it.
Yeah, it's fun. I was trying to explain to I was explaining to my dad, because my dad, a lot of his friends play, because a lot of older people play it. And the way so I played with my church. My church had a league and a tournament or whatever, and I went and played there, and I was the youngest person playing, and that was the first time I played, and I was like, man, this is really easy. I'm really good at this. And then I played against people that are closer to my age, and it's a different game.
It's a workout.
Completely different game when you're playing with people that are. I can't imagine playing with a 26-year-old. I would just be on a puddle of sweat and tears and blood on the court, just crying.
Yeah, I actually worked up a pretty good sweat in just those 2 games. I was surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're playing in like the lowest rating bracket in its age brackets too. So for the tournament, we're playing it's between 35 and 50 years old, and have the lowest rating possible to play in the tournament. So I think we'll do okay. We're not playing like the people that play all the time, and we're playing people our age.
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out.
I told Alan to bring orange slices and Capri Suns. I need halftime snacks.
Halftime snacks, yeah. That'll be fun. It'll be fun. So we report on that next week, how that went. But yeah, I don't know. There's cash prizes too for that tournament. So
really,
I'm trying to.
I was thinking, I was like, if we snag a couple gift cards for something, that'd be cool.
Yeah, there's cash prizes. I was looking at another tournament that's in like November, and each division has $1,000 purse. I'm like, what? There's like a ton of people signed up for that one. So like that's a lot.
Yeah.
So,
hey, being that I work for the federal government and the federal government is currently shrinking, I might need other money making opportunities. So
become professional pickleball players. Yeah. There actually is professional pickleball. Like they actually have like professional pickleball like TV now in America. It's the fastest growing sport in America. It's really weird. I played twice, and I'm talking like I know everything about it.
Yeah,
it's fun. I saw because now my algorithm, because my phone listens to me all the time. It listens to you guys too. So, in case anybody listening in chat or listen to this podcast don't know this and are hiding under a rock, your phone listens to you. So when you talk about playing pickleball, you'll start getting like TikTok videos and like YouTube videos all about pickleball, because that's what happens. Because it knows you're into that. So I saw a video today where like some guy was like, it was funny, and they're trying to explain to like a new person, like how to explain pickleball to a new person. It's like tennis but gayer. All right, just
I wouldn't even know how to. Yeah, I keep going with like tennis meets ping pong, but it's not like either one. I don't know.
Mm-mm. It's different. It's a racket sport or paddle sport. I don't know. It's fun. So this might become the pickleball podcast. I don't know. Probably not.
No, it's a racket sport you play with a paddle. You nailed it.
Yeah.
A racket sport you play with a paddle.
You play with a paddle. In a wiffle ball. Anyway, it's fun. What's going on with you with personal life? Oh, yeah, I had a vacation last week. That's why I didn't record. That happened with personal life too. Vacation.
Oh, well, I was going to bring that up only because I'm going to pay for Alan a vacation one more time in the Outer Banks. And if Welly's down there, another storm comes to wash out the Outer Banks. These aren't random bubbles of evil. This is Alan bringing the storm. Because the last two times now that Alan's gone.
What do you think?
Yeah, last two times he's gone, it's like catastrophic flooding that's going to erase the face of the beach, and like all the dunes get washed away. Can't be coincidence.
But like I said, like I sent to you, what is it? I am the storm.
Yeah. Oh,
I made a picture of me as a wave.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the pickleball tournament and practice is kind of like stealing the thunder of what I got going on. Work is crazy busy. I am fortunate enough. My agency has some contingency funding, I guess. I don't know how you would word it, but we have enough for like another 45 days to fund all the employees continuing to work. So no furlough for me. Very fortunate. But still, over the last months or so, we've lost a few people that have taken other jobs or retired, did the delayed resignation, and then, finally they're off the books now, and we're not backfilling. We're not getting more people. So it's a fair amount of work. It's doing a lot more with a lot less. But I'm enjoying the challenge. It's fun. A little stressful, but it's fun. I just wish they would ease up on the telework rules and let us. I was trying to I'm going to put something together in writing and send up the chain through my supervisor. There's certain tasks that I got to do that involve a lot of writing and a lot of technical writing and legal writing. And my team lead, now supervisor, was like, I know you can write, da 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 da. Like, you got a college degree. I was like, yeah, not only do I have a college degree, but I went to one of the top universities in the country. And I took a majority of classes that were heavy on paper writing. I've written a lot of technical papers. I've done a lot of research. I've done a lot of decision papers. Except when I was in college, when it was time to write, I would grab all my books from the library. I'd go lock myself in a computer lab where nobody else was in there. I would write my papers at midnight by myself with music playing and a bottle of wine. I was like, if you're not going to let me do that here, you need to let me go do that at home so I could actually produce good work. And he laughed like I was joking, but dead serious. Like me sitting in a cube, I'm not going to churn out like a 4-page decision paper. My brain doesn't work that way. So if I had 1 or 2 days a week where I could set aside those tasks for at home working by myself, like that, I'd be much more productive. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Nobody listens to me. I'm the low man on the totem pole.
Yeah. My boss asked me this morning, like, what time do you usually get to work in the morning? I'm like, I don't know. It depends on the day. Looking at my answer, I was like, I don't have a set time. It's whenever I show up.
Yep.
He loved that answer.
So, if managers manage their people well, and by that, I think managers should offer training when training's needed. Like if your employee goes, help, I don't know how to do this, either train them or point them in the right direction for good training, right? Pay them, reward them for good work. Like that's what managers should be doing. Get resources for them to do their job. So if you have good management, and then if the flip side, if your paycheck is based off of performance and production, then all this other crap about working a clock and when did you take your break and how many times you stand up and sit down, like all that stuff doesn't matter. It's performance.
It wasn't asked. Yeah, it wasn't asked in the context of you should go to work earlier. It was asked in the context of like, we were talking about obstacles to work, and I was talking about admin time and not having enough of it. He's like, can you get to the office earlier? Like, you don't have to. It wasn't like you have to. It's like, hey, that's something you could do.
Oh, trying to problem solve with you.
That kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah.
No, you just jogged my thoughts on my workplace. Like the federal government has always struggled with recruiting and keeping good talent. A perfect sector is in the IT world. There's a reason why we don't do any of our own program or software engineering, is because the good ones would never work for the federal government. How many people do you know that are coders that if you tell them, hey, I need you to do this product, but you can only work from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., 5 days a week, like, and then you got to get the work done in those hours. I don't know any of them that do it like that. Most of them I know, like, will stare at a problem until it makes sense, and then once they start, they'll work on it continuously until it's done. And I've known guys go on like 2-3 day binges of coding, where it's hot pockets and energy drinks until it's done, and then they disconnect for a couple days, but they do fantastic work. But there's no room for that in the week. Anyways, I'm rambling. Whatever. I could still do a good job with the parameters they set. It's just silly that it's not actually based off of doing a good job. It's did you take your 15-minute break, or did you take 16? Because we're going to have to talk about it if it was 16 minutes. It's absurd.
Yeah. Sorry about the long pregnant pause. I was making a drink.
There you go. I was enjoying you making your drink. There you go.
No, it's pretty good. I got some ginger beer, some Jamaica style ginger beer.
Ooh,
it's very, very tasty. And I got a nice bottle of Mitcher's bourbon. So Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah,
tasty.
All right,
Anyways,
shall we book?
Should we book? Shall we talk about book? I think we should talk about book.
Yeah,
I like the Will Smith quote. Get Perrin's name out of your mouth. Yeah.
Get my man's name out of your mouth.
Name out of your mouth. It's good.
It's a fun little section we're going to cover tonight.
Yeah. Chapter 18. The strength of this place. It's actually not my favorite part of this chapter. My favorite part is a different part, but we'll get to that. So we start with Perrin. He's dreaming. He's taking a little nappy nap. In the world of dreams, Tellerarion, by the Wolf Dream, Tellerarion. And he thinks about how he could set a trap for the White Cloaks with Ashaman and the Wise Ones to destroy them completely. He then runs over to the White Cloak camp, and like all during this, he's thinking like he's like beating himself up as well. Like why didn't I go do this when Faile's captured and just go check through the dream? Because he notices like things are disappearing and reappearing. They can learn a lot. Even not.
He's like, oh, I could have tried this before, and did I do everything I could have? But he didn't. Yeah. But the funny part is like there's a little frustration, and there has been in reading the Perrin chapters for quite some time. But like I've said before, I'm doing my reread or re-listen, and I'm on which one am I on? After Dragon Reborn?
Shadow Rising.
Shadow Rising. So I'm on Shadow Rising. So I'm in those parts where we were talking about Perrin going in the dream world and then battling the axe or the hammer or whatever. And even Chris would especially talk about a lot how Perrin is very methodical and thoughtful, and he doesn't make rash decisions, and he's very slow to come to a decision. And so we've known this about his character all along. But even still, I'm reading this and I'm like, gosh, all of our other characters have they've gone through these battles and struggles with their new powers and new identity and everything, but they've at least been working through them. Perrin has been resisting it the most, and only leaning on it when he absolutely needs to. Thinking back, he would call on the wolves for help when he definitely needed them, and then when that immediate need was over, he'd be like, oh, I can't do that again. I don't want to risk dabbling in that again. I don't know. So we're like in the next to last book. And in this chapter, he's just now coming around to maybe I should really explore this as a part of me and take advantage of it and use it, and even Faile's trying to nudge and be like, hey bro, you're both. You're Perrin and you're Wolf Perrin. Hopper's trying to tell him the same thing. So here we are near the end of the book, and he's finally coming around to it.
Yeah. Well, isn't that how it is? Oh, sorry, I just sent you a text. I thought you'd appreciate that one. So as Perrin walks away, he's an open cart, and Hopper sitting inside. And he tells Hopper he's actually ready to learn about being the wolf. So
yeah. So here we go.
Here we go.
And my favorite part is, no, it's great. Right off the bat, even Hopper's been trying to pull him along and be like, bro, you got to embrace this. When he finally does, Hopper's like, all right, let's go, young bull. Let's do this. And Perrin's like, fuck, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not a wolf. You can't teach me like a wolf. And Hopper's like, oh, this is going to be difficult. Follow me. I don't know how.
Yeah. Fall into Emmons Field. Yeah. And Hopper tells him, just remember your home. And he's like, yeah, but it's not my home anymore. It's all changed. So I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cute though, in doing that, he finds a way to think his way to following Hopper and getting there. But in that process, it clicks to him. He's like, Well, you know why this is so difficult is because it's not just that Emmons Field has changed or I've changed. It's my home has changed, and my home is wherever Faile is. And I was like, oh, that's
Aww.
cute. That's so precious.
Yeah. It is. It's such a good line.
Yeah.
Home is wherever I'm with you. Oh, home. Let me go home.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can anybody name the name of that band? That's a fun one. Maybe I'll give something away. I'll give away a t-shirt. Wheel Reach t-shirt. Yeah. Anyone can name who sings home. Let me go home. Home is wherever I'm with you. Alabama, Arkansas. I do love my mom and pa.
Not as much as I do love you.
I do love you. Anyone know the band? See if anybody in chat gets it right. It's obscure.
People be googling it. It's not too hard to find now. Like people are using it in a lot of TikToks and stuff, so it's out there.
Yeah. I do not know. Yeah, see if anybody gets it. Anyway, after this, we switched to Alterado's point of view.
Totally forgot about this
so
guy.
Alterado, yeah,
I did. I totally forgot about him.
This is an awesome scene because he is up in the north. He's near the Blight at a little fortification near Meridon. He's pissed because he was trying to get inside the city. Yeah, Rodell. Thank you. Just use this first name, Rodell. And he's pissed because he was trying to get into the city, but they barred him. And he's like, who bars people when like Trolloc armies are coming against you and they keep you out? Like you would give safe haven to anyone that is being run down by a horde of Trollocs. Like, so he's at this little fortification that he's kind of took over with his men. And they're trying to figure out like, where the attack's coming or whatever. And they can see the Trolloc army kind of moving, over the hill and stuff like that. And they see how big the force is, but they figured they can pretty much guard it. And then all of a sudden out of the clouds, these large black things start falling down and they realize they're corpses. And he's like, why would you say, I guess they're using the trebuchets now. Like, but that's great because if they had to set up the trebuchets, that means not going to use against the city. So we saved the city because it'll take too long for them to break down and everything like that by the time we get flank them. And he's using all his
he predicted a lot of what's happening up until this next part. Before we get to that though, you got to ask yourself, what kind of horrible things has happened to this guy in his life? And I say that because he is just kind of chill during all of this. Not only smart and like kind of predicting it, but like he's just kind of like, we're kind of spread thin and we're doing 24/7 operations. So I got groups of people kind of spread out, some resting, some here, some there, working people through. Eventually the spot will get overrun. There's no way we can hold it with the amount of people they have and what we have. We'll just kind of keep working back to another location and, fend off as many as we can. And he's just, he's kind of disgruntled, about the deal he made with Rand to be doing this. But I don't know. He just, even leading into this next part, he shouts a warning, but he never seems really shaken by any of it or even caught off guard. And in fact, where he's somewhat caught off guard by their strategy, in that moment, he's like impressed. He's like, you clever little bastards.
Clever girl.
So where Alan was at, first they lob dead Trollocs with the trebuchets. And the bodies are just dropping, bloated and everything. And he's like, what in the world? And as he's trying to figure it out, another volley comes, but it's like way more. And he's doing the mental math. He's like, my guy said there were 16 trebuchets. This is way more. This would be like 100 trebuchets.
Yeah.
And the last second it clicked.
Scouts.
Yeah. Like, mixed in with the dead bodies.
Archers.
Yep. The Drakkar are coming down and like whip their wings out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Right. Yeah. I thought of the Jurassic Park moment where he's a clever girl. Like he's just impressed by it. And he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, archers, everybody,
archers, yeah, because they're supposed to be shooting anything that appears in the sky because they had been attacked by a Drakkar before, and they're like, okay, watch the skies for anything coming out. And then now it's like, oh, the lumpy bodies. Okay, well, don't worry about the skies now. Like, yeah. By the way,
isn't that what everyone does with dead bodies? Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Luby Didu, you won with Edward Sharp and the Magnetic Zeros. That's who the band was.
Hey.
So you win a shirt. So hit me up, DM me. You can hit me up, DMs, any of the DMs. Discord, you can email us at thewheelreads at gmail.com. Our Discord, our Twitter. Don't do Facebook because I don't know if I don't know how that works, the messenger thing.
Yeah.
And Instagram, I'm not on there enough. I'm on my personal account, not the Will Reads account more. So like I don't get stuff often. I'll see it like a month later and be like, oh. Well, now
that's right. I was posted a t-shirt.
Sorry. Yeah. There's a reason he's a great captain. Yeah, 100%. Wadaholic. Yeah, he strategically, he's really smart. I mean, he's sharp. He's trying to put it together. And historically, I mean, bodies being launched by catapults and trebuchet is historically accurate, but that's more for long sieges because you would take plagued bodies that had disease and you'd launch them over the walls, so you'd spread disease within the population for a long siege.
And also it crushes morale. Like it's twofold. You're definitely slinging disease, but also you're mentally breaking them.
Yeah. Isn't that what everyone does to dead bodies? I mean, I don't know if I should share this here. A duck head and a potato gun is a really interesting thing.
The duck was already dead. Its belly was bitten out
it's already dead
by a shark. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when I saw it, I was like, one, I didn't realize, I was young and wasn't a duck hunter. When ducks are dead and kind of laid out, I didn't realize they have like giraffe necks. They've got really long necks before you get to the head.
They do.
And then I was looking at it, and also we were in our potato gun phase. So everything I looked at that could fit in the barrel of a potato gun, I was like, wonder if you could shoot that out of a potato gun.
Jellyfish.
Yeah. you name it. I've shot it out of a potato gun.
Mania jellyfish out of a potato gun.
Yep. I filled that barrel the one time and shot it straight up in the air.
Do you remember shooting it one time? There was a girl with like a golden retriever down the beach, like way down the beach, and she yelled over to us like, "Do you think you could shoot my dog with that?" Like from there or whatever. And he goes, "I don't know if it'll fit in the barrel."
Yeah. To be young and dumb again. Well, I mean, at least to be young again. Still pretty dumb.
Yeah, the jellyfish straight up shots were always fun. Like we would put a potato, and then Ian would just randomly like drop a jellyfish on top of the potato down in there, and then shoot it. So it's going straight up in the air. It's going to rain down jellyfish on us. So we all just run for cover as we're being stung and just have pieces of tentacles just pelting us from above. It was, yeah.
And what's great is you knew there was a delay. So after I would do it, they wouldn't immediately run. They'd pause and look at me and be like, "You didn't, did you?"
Really?
Oh God! Jerome, Drakkar. Yeah. It's not just potato. There's
Yeah.
So Alan lived this scene, but with stinging nettles.
Yes.
Not Drakkar.
Yes, I did with stinging nettles falling from the sky. They are very. I
was just preparing you for this chapter. Yeah,
it's not like a box jellyfish or like a man of war. They're not deadly jellyfish, but they still pack a mean sting and they hurt.
Yeah, they're super annoying.
It hurts, but it doesn't kill you. Just leaves this big red marks and like scars on your arms. But whatever, they're just jellyfish. Which, by the way, they can't sting your hands. That's also another little thing to know. The thickness. Yeah, your palms and your hands, the skin's too thick for the barbs to get through. So you can pick them up.
Hook in.
Yeah, they can't hook you.
I don't know,
It's just
Alan. You
sticky on
got
your
those
hands.
little soft, I work in an office hands.
Now, when I was a kid, I
too
did,
much.
but yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know.
They might get you now.
They might be able to sting me now. But yeah, you can pick them up when you're kids and touch the tentacles and everything like that. And but then you then you throw at people.
Right.
So that was always fun. Anyway, things we did when we were kids. The kids don't do these kind of things anymore. They don't.
I've taught my children and nieces and nephews, and I was so proud. This last beach week, we had tons of jellyfish that were washing up on the shore.
Mm-hmm.
And while other kids would grab them and throw them back in the water and be like, I saved a jellyfish, all of my kids and nieces and nephews were picking them up and slinging them at each other and then screaming if they got stung. And I couldn't be more proud.
The book ? We're talking about jellyfish right now. It's very important.
It's like the Drakkar raining down.
It's like the Drakkar. Yeah.
It's the same.
Jellyfish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, how often do you see a kid with a cast these days? Parents, they baby the kids.
They're soft.
You don't see kids with casts. Yeah. I was at the playground the other day. One of my friends showed up. His daughter had a cast on, like a full leg cast. And I looked at him and literally walked over to him. I was like, I know you're doing the dad thing right, man.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah. She tried to take a jumping dive off the second story of the house. It didn't end well. I was like, awesome.
Bet they won't do that again.
Anyway, good. Exactly. So Faile, where her point of view. So this is the part of Ian's namesake for anything else from Rodell's point of view. I mean, obviously you got the Drakkar attack. It's a little too late for the archers to get them. They start trying to. He
kills a couple. He sees some of his officers that are about to be killed by Drakkar. He can't really save them. They're like borderline getting overwhelmed. The Ashaman step in and start slinging fireballs, and he's like, "Oh, this is a relief." But then the drums start sounding, and the Trollocs and Fades are about to mount the peak of their attack, and so it's coming. Right. Kind of how he predicted. Yeah. He didn't predict the Drakkar thing, but everything's coming together other than that, kind of how he called it. So we're about to see how that unfolds.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. And he knows that Ashaman are helping too because some of them caught fire. And he surprised one of the Drakkar too. He started singing the song to him, but he was like screaming so loud he can drown out the song, and like the Drakkar was taken off guard. He's like, "You're supposed to stop." He sticks sword to the Drakkar. Like,
the first one kind of paused, thinking that he had him in a lull. And did I read it wrong or listen wrong? Where he kind of played into it like, "Oh yeah, you got me, psych," and then shanked him. Like that was pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Makes you wonder if there's something special about him, or like, what if he has some family talisman that he just thought was like a necklace, something similar like what Matt has. It's something that he's wearing, or his sword, or something like that that's been passed down his family for so long. He has no idea what it is. Just it's sentimental, but it protects him from the shadow. Like, I don't know. I'm spitballing here. But it could just be that he's like just such strong and control of his mentals that it didn't work on him. I'd buy that too.
Could be. So, all right, ready to switch to Faile?
Yeah, this is. I won't say it's not my favorite section of tonight. Like it's good, but it's not
like
bad either.
Or a knife fight?
No, it felt. I'll say it up front. We talked about last week, or maybe the week before. There was some point of view we read where it felt like or it might have been Faile, where they fast forwarded, like it was a quick montage to show their growth. This definitely felt like one of those moments where, I know we had Jordan's notes, and maybe how this came together wasn't really completely put together, and it felt rushed. It was like, all right, I have to tie this off somehow. I have to solve this problem somehow. I'm not sure I'm going to get there. I don't want to spend too much time on it, or else we're going to have 8 more books. So it's kind of rushed, but in a clever way. So I'm not like super negative about it. But anyways.
Yeah.
Faile is like, I've got to solve the problem with what's her face?
Mm-hmm.
No, what is her face? What's her name?
Berelain.
Berelain, that's right. I totally forgot.
Right. Yeah, Berelain.
Yeah,
which I
and
love Berelain, by the way. I love Berelain. Like, I think she's awesome.
You know, she's working with what she's got. I wonder. I was thinking about this
she's
too.
A master at like the manipulation, because she's from such a small kingdom. The way that she's been able to use her set of skills in a way that's borderline seems inappropriate, but never actually is. Like, very clever. She's very, very clever and quick witted, and I think it's awesome. Like, just very.
Yeah.
Tell me how you really feel. You know what really grinds my gears? I'm waiting for it.
Well, I've talked in length about so many different characters, about like how I'm not impressed with manipulation. Like, it really aggravates me. And she's a master of it. But then at the same time, it's like, it's kind of what makes the world go round, you know? It's everywhere. And the people that are good at it, you know, end up leading, period. Like, that's.
Yep.
So she frustrates me. I guess I don't like hate her as a character, but she frustrates me.
I don't mind. So I don't mind. So to your point, like, power, using manipulation to gain more power, but like the underdog, the small, tiny underdog using manipulation to get their way, it's something I can root for. It's kind of weird. It's I get what you're saying, like the whole manipulation's bad and everything like that. But at the same time, like, she's from this little tiny kingdom that should have been conquered a long time ago, but she's been able to manipulate her way to survival. And that's really the only way she could have. Like, they don't have an army force enough to stop. Like,
I read something recently that spoke to me, and I think this is what separates me from other people. And I'm not saying better, but trust me, it's led to not great outcomes in my life. But it's about being principled, and like, if it was something like, if you achieve your goals by sacrificing your principles, you know, then you haven't really achieved anything. If you fall short of your goals, but you've stayed true to your principles, then you've gained everything. Something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing and butchering it. And I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that would disagree with that. I don't know if it'd even be 50-50. But I feel that's kind of like how I've lived my life. It's less outcome focused. Like, the how I get there is important to me. That makes sense? So it's never been difficult for me to, like, there's some gray area for sure where, like, you know, I don't know, at work or in relationships or whatever, I'm like, we're teetering on me burying some principles here, or, you know, taking advantage to get ahead in this situation. But like, once it becomes black and white in my mind, like, I've never had a problem telling a boss, telling a coworker, telling a friend, telling a family member, be like, no, this is where I draw the line, fuck off.
Yeah.
It doesn't lead to great like, I haven't profited from that financially or anything like that. But when the dust settles, like, and like all the initial emotion of whatever trauma that causes, when it settles, man, I sleep easy afterwards, you know?
But at the same
So I
time,
did everything I could.
You hold the skill set to be a manipulator. I mean, like, if anything, we were geeks in high school, and both Ian and I did debate.
Yeah.
And part of doing debate is being able to be a master at manipulation, because you have to be able to bullshit your way to win. That is how you win a debate. Like, if anybody's actually done Lincoln Douglas debates, like, the way that actual debating works is, like, you get a topic, and whether or not you agree with the topic doesn't matter. You don't find out to show up whether you're supposed to be for or against it. So you just learn everything there is about the topic. And even if you have a personal opinion about the topic, it doesn't matter, because you might be completely morally against whatever that topic is, but you might get picked that's the side you got to argue, and you have to learn to spin it like crazy.
So I think
like
nail on the head. I think that's where my struggle began, because I really found my niche there, and I was very good at it in both policy debate. So in policy debate, for states, my senior year, my team came in second place overall, but I got first speaker award overall. Like, and points wise, it wasn't even close. And my partner got fourth, so we ended up in second. In Lincoln Douglas, which I only learned how to do Lincoln Douglas a couple weeks prior because we wanted to field a Lincoln Douglas team. And I got second place in that also. And anyways, so it's not about bragging. It's because as long as I knew enough information about a topic, to Alan's point, whatever way I had to argue it, I could argue it and be extremely convincing. To the point where, as we're practicing in class, I would go through it, and then half the class would be like, "Oh my gosh, you're right. That's the answer. It can't be anything else." And I'm like, "No, you fool. I just made you think that." And then I would flip and argue the other side, and they'd go, "No, that's the answer." And I'm like, "No, I fooled you again. That's also not the answer. I just sold it to you." Like, yeah. I don't know. So maybe Berelain's got it figured out. She's got a gold in mind, and she goes and gets it. I'm the mixed up pup.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of scarring to like.
I'll do it at work sometimes. Sorry, and at work in our big team meetings, we'll have some serious conversations, and I mess with people so bad. I'll bring up stuff and just start talking and be totally bullshitting about some policy or something I read about some change in the FAR and why they're doing it. But I'd sprinkle a little common sense in there and some language, some legal language and everything, and half the room and be like, "Oh my gosh, they really did that. Wow." And I'm like, "No, I just made that up." And they're like, "Oh my gosh, I never know if you're being serious or not." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's a gift. It's a curse. I don't know. I wish I knew how to use this talent for good." I only know how to do it for like cheap laughs, and
I remember we were in high school, and like we were riding in my car, and there was a girl. I can't remember who it was, but there was a girl in my car, and we were riding past like the marshy area, and there was just that smell that comes off. And she asked, like, "What makes it smell so bad?" And you came up with the most like, and I was cracking up laughing, like tears ran down my eyes, because it was the most bullshit answer I've ever heard in my entire life. But it sounded so convincing. She is like, she ate it all up. She's like, "Wow, you're so smart." I was like, none of that was true. Like,
yes,
100%. Like,
perfect example.
I'm just dying laughing.
I still do that to this day. Like,
so
if
smart.
like, maybe I do manipulate, but it's just for laughs for me. Maybe I'm worse.
No.
Yeah, at least Berelain's doing it like for her people in her little tiny sovereign nation. I'm doing it just to get giggles and be like, "No, you're stupid. You fell for it." Oh, I got to reevaluate myself.
You let a girl in your car? That's what Iris just asked. Yeah. Several.
Yeah.
I don't know how to respond to that. Yeah. But anyway, indeed, I did. My car was not cleaned because my car was never clean. I can't remember what car it was at the time. I don't know. Yeah, if Ian had booms,
it was that Taurus, God help her.
It wasn't the Taurus. The Taurus only had for like 1 week because my parents took it away from me because it didn't have brakes.
I think it's a death trap.
It didn't have brakes.
Ouch. Chat might be right.
Anyways,
I'm coming to this realization too. I asked myself as I was talking, and I was like, "Oh shit, am I Berelain? Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no." But anyway, so back to Faile and some chewing ice. So yeah, she goes to Berelain's camp because she's on a mission. she's going to confront Berelain and lay the smack down and be like, you stay away from my man. My man's is mine's. And if you do anything else, I'll just knife you.
Well, it wasn't even like if she came out right out the gate. She was like, look, it doesn't even matter if you did or didn't sleep with my husband. And Berelain has this like, wait, what? She's like, the trouble is that the rumor got out and it's still floating around. And you might pretend that you're not behind it or you didn't start it, but I believe you encouraged it and you have the power to make it stop too. So whatever, that's the problem. I'm going to invoke my right to call you out in front of everybody and we're going to fight to the death. And Berelain's like, wait, what? She's like, no, I can think of no other possible solution than we fight to the death.
Yeah.
I kind of wish it ended right there, and then the next chapter was them fighting to the death. I kind of was hoping that's where this was going. But Faile, I couldn't tell. It didn't seem like she had this plan the whole time, but maybe she did, because it definitely came together in the end where she knew she couldn't outsmart Berelain. She recognized Berelain's skills. So the strategy was more to make it Berelain's problem to figure out.
Right.
And that was pretty clever. If that was her goal the whole time. I guess it was. It had to be, right? So even Berelain came back and was like, all right, well, I could just leave. And Faile's like, no, you can't leave. Perrin needs your soldiers. And if you just leave, then the rumors won't stop. They'll be like, oh, Faile kicked her out and because she slept with her husband.
Like, if I kill you, the rumors won't stop either. Like, in fact, they'll get worse. Like,
yeah, Faile's like, that's true. Although at least in that scenario, you'll be dead. So there's a little bit of relief there. But you're right. It doesn't do anything to stop the rumors. That wouldn't help either. And Faile's like, well, now you can see the pickle I'm in. Like, I mean, all I could come up with is we fight until somebody dies. And Berelain's like, oh, I don't, let me think about it. Hold on. I might have a way. And Faile's like, yes, got her. She's going to fix this for me.
But then her solution, Faile's like, damn it, that's not what I wanted, but that makes sense. Like, yeah, so we're gonna be besties now. We're best friends. And yeah.
It depends on how long you let this fester. All right. I know we don't like to bring up politics or anything, but what if, considering everything that's going on today and how divided the political parties in the United States are, if the Speaker of the House and then Chuck Schumer came out tomorrow in a joint press conference with smiles on their faces, and they're like, hey guys, don't worry, we're friends now.
I'm convinced they're all friends. It's all
we got it all. We got it all figured out. And then the next week of the news reels, it's is it Johnson? Speaker Johnson? Is that his name?
Yeah, Mike Johnson.
Mike Johnson and Chuck Schumer, opposing parties, House and Senate. The next week is them just hanging out, golfing. It's little clips of them laughing and giggling over lunch and stuff. I'd be very suspicious of that. That would scare me more than what's happening right now. That would make me think that they both just got intel that the asteroid is actually going to impact and we've only got a few days left. Like
none of this matters anymore.
So I don't know. What she's coming up with might work. If there's people in the camp that think a little more critically, it might be very suspicious, but we'll see. It seems like a better option than them fighting to the death. So they have to be best friends.
But they also defined Berelain a man. So someone has to.
Someone in camp. Who's that going to be? What if she latches on to Gull? Goes after the Aiel dude.
Yeah. Interesting. I don't know.
No. Oh my gosh, why didn't I think of this?
Ooh.
So Perrin's gonna, oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. Perrin's gonna figure this out. Somehow more gays will be involved there might be some fighting and some killing, but eventually, once the realization of more gays is there and this, that, and the other, they're gonna join forces. And then you got Galad. If Galad is not right up Berelain's alley, I don't know who is. Leading the White Cloaks, son of Morgaze, brother to the now queen of Andor. Oh, yeah. At that point, she's not even want Perrin. She's going to be like, Faile, I'm so glad you did not let me hook up with Perrin.
Yeah.
I got this other gig going on here. Yeah, I can see that happening.
Okay. So Galad and Berelain. Okay. Make shipping. Doing some ships.
Because there's such, they say opposites attract. She's all, I mean, she is what she is, right? You can love or hate her, but definitely manipulative, definitely uses her charms, especially against men, to get her way. Behind the scenes power plays against other powerful women, all that jazz. And then Galad, that's just like a by the book, very rigid. Everything I was just talking about that I realized, even though I think I believe in, I guess I don't actually act out in my life, but like very principled, Yeah, they're meant for each other. One person squeezes the toothpaste from the middle, the other person rolls it up from the back, and they argue about it. Like, that's marriage, right?
Yeah.
They're perfect for each other.
So wait, squeeze from the middle?
There's people out there that squeeze toothpaste from the middle. So, depending on how much toothpaste is in there, if it's rather full, I do.
Oh,
but after
sure.
I put the cap on, great. After I put the cap on, I still kind of work it up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I pretend to be a rebel, and then I clean up after myself.
Yeah. Like people that put the toilet paper on the wrong way.
I can't. All right. So I know I said with the debate stuff, I can argue things both ways. I cannot come up with a convincing argument as to why you would have the paper rolled underneath. I can't.
The only convincing argument I've ever heard is when you have a cat, because when the cat paws at it, it will spin, it won't unravel. But that's a very, very niche reason to do it. Very niche.
Part of having a cat is committing to a lifelong battle against a superior enemy. Like, you don't just eliminate the confrontation. You got to keep it there. This is the joy of having a cat. So you can be pissed off about shit all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Most cat owners I know. I love this cat so much. Oh my gosh, you son of a... Yeah.
Remember your cat? Sorry. She reminded me. What was the cat's name? Tigger? Was it Tigger?
The one we let go and then it came back? Yeah,
like
Tigger.
Years later. So we were like, I guess you were in 9th grade when you moved the neighborhood. And like shortly after, it got hit by a car and then ran away. And like we
were like,
it was gone for years. It was years. The cat was just gone. And then like we're hanging out at your house, and then it was a thunderstorm, and like we go out back to have, and this was in college. So this was years later.
I think it was a summer during college, many years later.
The summer in college, and it was like we went out. We were drinking. I went outside to have a smoke or something like that, and like there's a thunderstorm, and then I looked down, and there's this mangy cat just meowing. I was like, no, and I was like, Ian, come here, and it's like our cat
nearly blind, looked like it had been hit by a car again. Was all kinds of messed up. I felt bad. I nursed her back to health. She stuck around for a couple weeks until she got back to 100%. Yeah, and then I got like one last. You know how they do the head thing? I got one more of these.
Yeah.
And then she went out in the yard and disappeared again. Yeah.
Jesus.
Came home to get nursed back to health, and then peaced out.
Yeah.
Fucking Berelain manipulating cat.
there's a meme I saw where it's perfect for cats. If you're a cat owner, you understand it. And it's like the cat like looks up the owner and is like, "Can you pet me?" And like the owner goes down to pet. It's like, "With your eyes, you freak! Don't touch me!" Like, that's like perfect cat behavior. Just don't touch me at all. My cat's definitely a don't touch me cat. So
Yeah,
fits.
although randomly your cat will want affection. Of all the times I've been to your house, there was one time your cat came out of nowhere, started doing the purr thing, rubbing against my leg, let me pet him or her. I don't even know if it's a guy or girl for a little bit.
The boy.
And then it gave me that look like, luckily there was a warning look. It gave me a look like, you pet me one more time and I will tear you apart. And I was like, all right, fine. Fuck you too. And then your cat scampered off. That's the only time I've ever seen it. One time. That was it.
Yeah. It's like, pet me one more time. One more time. Try me.
Yeah. I said 5 pets. If you pet a 6th time, murder. I will murder you. Like, okay, buddy. Yeah, whoa. Sorry.
We've had friends that like have known us for years and have come over to our house and didn't know we had a cat. We've always had a cat. Like we've had a cat.
It disappears.
Like, so we've lived in this house now for 11 years. And we had that like 2 apartments before we bought a house. So like we've had the cat for like 14 or 15 years. It's a long time. It's an old cat. And like, so like every time, like, so we've had friends that have come over to our house like multiple times and like randomly, like the cat will just pop out. I was like, when did you guys get a cat? Like, oh yeah, we've always had a cat. They're like, I've been here like 100 times. Like, I was like, he does what he does. Like, just randomly appears sometimes. Like, hey, I'm here. Oh. Anyways,
funny.
So let's talk about dragons.
Dragons.
Talk about dragons?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go to chapter 19. Let's talk about dragons. All right, so with Matt, good old Matt grabs his spear, heads out, or goes to head out. Not at some guards. He's doubled all the guards because of the golem that's around, and then Oliver comes running up. He's like, Matt, I've been playing a lot of snakes and foxes, and I figured it all out. I'm coming with you.
All right, so in this moment, I'm thinking to myself, son of a gun, Snakes and Foxes is a kid's game. It's a kid's game. You can only win by breaking the rules.
Right.
Oliver is going to be the key to defeating the Snakes and the Foxes. Because the adults are going to overthink it.
Yeah. You called me about this the other day because you said like that because you're reading the part now where they went through and had the rules read to them.
Right. Well, they talk about the treaty or the do they call it a treaty?
Right.
Do you abide by the treaty?
Call it treaty.
The treaty. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, the fuck is this treaty? But then they talk about the specific rules of the no iron, this, that, and other.
No music. No fire. Yeah.
No fire. So they're taking a Gleeman to go rescue Moraine. So you got your music. And certainly Matt's capable of the music also. Fire, I mean, that could come in all sorts of ways, but we have Matt dabbling in these fireworks, the big boom boom sticks. We're thinking that these dragons that we're preparing are for some war with the Shanchan or war with whatchamacallit, the Trollocs or whatever, but maybe they get used for this. Anyways, it's going to be interesting. But I'm starting to think Oliver, either he's a significant part of it, or it's like he probably gives some ridiculous idea to Matt before he goes, and Matt's like, that is so dumb. Like, God, you stupid kid, you don't know what you're talking about. Leaves him behind. They go off to like try and do whatever, win, defeat the Snakes and Foxes. And after trying all the adult common sense things and trying to plan it out, it's get click in Matt's head, be like, wait a minute. No, Oliver was up to something. We can only win this playing it like a child and breaking the rules. Like, let's do it Oliver's way. And that's something like that might unfold.
Is it winning if you cheat? And I put depends. In Vegas, yes. You can win a lot of money by cheating. You also go to jail for it. But then you can also there's also other ways of winning in Vegas that aren't necessarily, they're still considered cheating by the casino, but they're not illegal. Counting cards, things like that. You'll just be banned. You can't go to jail for it. It's not illegal. It's just.
Most people would say that Captain James Kirk, that he won. What's that test that nobody's supposed to be able to beat?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember, but yeah.
It's like a Japanese sounding phrase. The Kobayashi Maroon is something. I'm sure somebody will put it in chat. Yeah, he's the only one to ever defeat it, but he had to reprogram it to do it.
Yeah.
But
so
that was fair. That was fair in the moment when he realized that it was specifically designed for everybody to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And the mission of the captain is to accomplish the mission to win. Then he had to work outside of the boundaries of the rules of the game. He had to manipulate the rules. And in certain situations like that, if it's no win, if you're in a no-win situation, the best thing you can do is change the variables, break something.
Yeah, change the rules. Yeah.
Change the rules. If you're between two choices and both lead to your death, it's time to be wild card. I want you to think it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Got the break, bitches.
Lord of the Rings, when they're inside, they've gone to the inside of the keep, and the orcs are breaking down the door, and they're all about to stand there and just get slaughtered. And they're like, "What do we do now?" And he's like, "Ride out with me." And dude's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, ride out with me." He's like, "Yeah. I mean, if we're gonna go down, let's do it. Let's go down swinging." And just like you've created this additional variable that gave just enough time, and then things changed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Our Bilbo Baggins and Gollum asking the riddle that's actually just kind of cheating.
Right. What's in my pocket?
What's in my pocket? What's in my pocket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
So my answer is depends. Is it really winning? Depends. Now, if you're just doing it to be like an asshole, then I don't know, it's really winning. Like, yeah, because there's another thing. Talking about cheating, going back to the whole pickleball thing. I saw another video too where you call whether the ball's out or not on your side. And it's a gentleman type thing, whether or not you saw it out. And there's a video I saw where it's like, if it hits outside the line, it's out. If it's on the line, it's in. However, if you're playing against some opponents that are severely better than you, then on the line's kind of out. And then actually about 3 feet in, it's still out.
That's messed up.
I mean, if there's like a vast difference in skill level, it's kind of that's out.
Well, you tried it. All right. You did that to me a little bit in the beginning when I was still learning the difference between, taking a tennis stroke versus what you needed to do. There's a couple times you were like, "Oh, do that over." And I'm like, "No, you got the point. Serve again." Because when we started, we were not even skill level. It took me 3/4 of a game to start figuring it out,
Yeah. It reacts differently. It is.
Right.
A whole lot more spin, though. A whole lot more spin.
Yeah, once you figure it out, it's fun, though. Remember the time you put a ton of spin on one and it bounced in front of me and bounced away? And I'm not going to be able to get this to the camera, but I reached out with my hand. I was 2 feet away from the ball, but still felt the need to go like I was going to try and hit it somehow. I was just waving at it as it bounced away from me. And Alan's back there dying laughing. And I'm like, swipe, swipe, swipe. Nowhere near it. Yeah. I was where it should have been, but it was about 3 feet that way.
I just looked it up. This is the name of the test.
Oh, the Kobayashi Maru.
Yeah, there you go.
Kobayashi Maru. That's it. That's one of those weird things. What's crazy, I don't know if this will make sense. I 100% saw that in my head, but my mouth wasn't able to say it. I don't know if that makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, so Oliver wants to come. Oliver wants to come along, and Matt's like, nope, not gonna happen. Yeah, Matt asks him to tell Noel about his ideas instead. He's like, I'm too busy for this. Like, just go tell Noel about it. And
but I told Noel, and I told this person, and I told that person, and I told everybody I've talked to in the last 2 days.
Matt's like, you've told people that we're going to go hunt down these mythical beings that, like, we're not supposed to be talking about this. He's like, well, I tell people we can trust. Like, most of them are red arms. Like, most of them, like.
He told everybody.
Everybody, yeah. So Matt's now worried that like a bunch of people are either gonna think he's crazy or show up to try to go, and he's like, "No, this is not how this is gonna work." Like, it's me and Tom, and
you know what else I totally forgot? I mean, this was so long ago, and maybe during my heavy drinking phase. But one of Perrin's earliest times in the Wolf Dream, he went to the Tower of, is it Ganjai? Is that how you say it?
He did.
When he was chasing Slayer.
Slayer.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So, like, anyways, I don't have thoughts yet on how that comes together, but I will be thinking.
And I think Slayer went inside.
Slayer went in. Correct.
Yeah.
And then Rand was about to chase him, and then the lady stops him and is like, that's not a good idea. Pretty much everybody that goes in there don't come back out.
It was Brigitte that stopped them.
Yeah.
Because it was before she got released.
Yep. So, anyways, it's all coming together.
Yeah. Little Easter eggs, or little hints, foreshadowing.
Yep.
Anyway, so Tom Honest and Tom show up at this point. They join everyone. Tom is dressed to impress the royal court because they're on the way to meet Elaine. Yeah, this guy.
Tom.
Did Slayer go in? I can't remember. Slayer disappeared there. I don't know if they assumed he went in. I don't know if. Yeah.
I thought parents saw him go in, but maybe now that you ask, I'm right there, so I'll re-listen again and get back to y'all. Maybe he just assumed he went in, but I thought he saw him go in, like disappear into the tower. But I could be wrong.
Into the tower. Yeah. That was also in the dream too. Not in, but yeah.
Yes, in the dream.
Yeah. So yeah, Tom's dressed to impress. He's wearing his fanciest court garb. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Matt is still like wearing what he slept in and rolled around in the dirt.
Yeah. And they're talking about all the different mercenary groups that are all around Camelin. Like there's like thousands of them. And they're all jockeying for position on who can stay closest to the city itself because they're not allowed in. But there's all these different camps and stuff like that, and like where they can stay.
But even though the band is further out, they're the largest out there and the most well respected. Right. And rumors are already flying around that Matt is friends with the dragon. And then, jumping forward a little bit, when they finally make it and they're getting escorted in, the guy that's escorting them in is asking about the validity of all these rumors about Matt that have been flying around, and he's going through a laundry list of all this stuff that clearly everybody's talking about. And Matt's like, shit, how does he know all this? Some of it's exaggeration of truths and some of it's just wild, but it's so
it's probably
the band has a reputation.
It's just it's just Oliver going around telling everybody.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah,
but it's not.
He has a reputation.
Like that is still like it's not uncommon. Like you got a badass leader that you can really brag on, and then like a bunch of different soldiers, different units getting together. They're gonna brag on them. Like there's gonna be swapping stories. There's gonna be some embellishing. Oh yeah, well my guy, da 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 da. Like, oh shit. Yeah. So
you don't even
none
have to
of
go
it's
that far
surprising.
back to find those kind of legendary type of heroes. I mean, even during their day, um, there was, all these stories and stuff like that that are probably more grandiose than anything else. Even go back to World War II, your Eisenhower's, your Patton's. Patton had so many stories about Patton and the way he would handle himself, whether or not how the validity of them and stuff like that. But there was this mythos about him.
Right.
MacArthur in the Pacific. Now, MacArthur got kind of a little bit too zealous towards after the war. It's a whole nother story. But that's a whole different
but
thing.
the people under him love to follow them and love to brag about it. Mm-hmm. And they shared the stories also of like these larger than life people that were in charge. Like it gave them some sort of comfort that they were executing a part of the plan of like this unstoppable being,
Right. And there's something to be said about that. I mean, I think I go to World War II just because that's the last war where you had like the mythos of the general. Like, I can't name you one general from Vietnam, one general from the Iraq War. Like, I mean, I can, but I can't, not the same mythos as like the Eisenhower, the Pattons, the MacArthur's. MacArthur was an admiral, but you can name MacArthur's General MacArthur.
Yeah.
But you can name all of those guys because they have a mythos around them. Go back to Civil War, you can name those people. Obviously Revolutionary War, and maybe it just hasn't been enough time, or maybe it's just the modern media where we just anytime a mythos comes around someone, it's different.
And even like in Iraq and Afghanistan, you didn't have like a general that led the entire campaign. Still, like every other command out there, they'd swap out every.
Patronus. General was that Patronus? What is it?
Patron. No, that's not quite right. But the way you said it, now I can't. Petraeus.
Yeah, Petraeus.
There's Petraeus. That's
probably the closest one.
There was another one that was the 5th Corps. I think he's recently passed away. I'm going to mess it up. It was like General Ordinero, something like that. Ordinero, and he led the surge and everything. But again, they weren't there for the whole campaign. They tap in, tap out like every 12 months, 15 months, whatever. So yeah, not the same.
Yeah, not the same. Anyway. Yeah. Anyways, talking about American generals. The mythos doesn't exist anymore around it, but definitely during this time, Matt has a mythos about him. Of course, half the stories, I mean, they might be slightly exaggerated, but Matt's kind of done a lot. Like, I heard you killed the chief of the Aiel, in single-hand combat. He's like, well, I mean, I didn't like single him out. It was just on the battlefield.
We ran into each other in the field of battle. Like, come on, it was him or me. What would you expect?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna go. Oh, I guess it's me. No, man, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to fight. Yeah. But yeah. So then we get to
where he called him out about. Oh, I heard you went and challenged death itself, and like went out screaming against the foxes or something like that after making your demands.
Yeah.
And you know what your fate is and how you're going to die. Yeah. Now that you say it, like that had to be Oliver spreading those rumors.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might be right.
So then they show up at Elaine's sitting room, and Elaine comes running over, super excited, giving Matt like a big hug and so happy to see Tom.
Yeah. Matt thought she was going to be all uppity. In fact, more uppity than she was before, and it totally caught him off guard. She was so relieved to see him.
And Matt's so oblivious to everything. He's like, man, she looks like she gained some weight. Like, that's the first thing he thinks of. He's like, well, whatever. I guess when you're queen, you can do that.
No, but then he got like pissed that he noticed. No, we got pissed that he noticed because he's like, well, sometimes if you mention something like that about a girl's appearance, they get really pissed. But then sometimes if something has changed and you don't mention it, they get pissed that you didn't notice. He's like, oh, fuck, what do I do with this? You know?
There's a chart like that's all another like meme type thing. It's a chart like when it's appropriate for a man to ask if a woman's pregnant, and it's like 1 month, no, 2 month, and it goes all the way. It's like 9 month, no. It's like after birth, maybe. Like maybe it's okay to ask if you're pregnant. So I mean, so the whole thing with Matt, yeah, it's that whole double thing, you know, obviously written in. Very tropish, but yeah, Tom, yeah, and this is where Tom asked how the kids are doing, and gets his Matt off guard, and it's like, wait, you're pregnant? Does Rand know? And Elaine just blushes like, we're not telling anyone who the father is. Matt is, oh shit, Rand's been busy. Like,
yeah, quick revelations. I mean, this was I couldn't help but grin through the whole thing. I think leading up to it, I thought I'd be more excited about her and Tom linking up again because I'd like even the way the Tom thing unfolded. You know, eventually he got this pardon of like anything you ever might have done ever to this queen or the queen before. Would like it's all groovy, baby. So he got like his ultimate pardon. Yeah, which was pretty cool. But the Matt and Elaine thing, I don't know, that was nice. Early on, when Matt was always trying to help, all of the ladies especially always gave him crap. And he always felt like he was being put down or looked down upon, and he felt that way because they were putting him down and looking down upon him. And now it's taken a while, and maybe it's a little bit his fault. It's taken him a while for everybody to take him seriously because of the type of person he was. But even at this point, Elaine's like, wait, Matt and his army? No. This isn't just a random group of mercenaries. If Matt's out there leading these guys, like literally we could go take over 5 or 6 kingdoms with him. I wouldn't even ask him how. I would just give him what he wanted to get it done, and dude'll get it done.
Yeah.
So like how she looks at him is totally different. And she's gone through so much. Even she doesn't have many people left that she can trust like family, trust like a sibling. Her own brothers are not there. Other than brief conversations in the dream world, she hasn't been with Egwene or Nynaeve and everybody for quite some time. So running into Matt in person was like, yeah, it was a family reunion there that Matt was not expecting. So it was nice.
Yeah. You think well,
and then the negotiations.
Then negotiations start. Well, and then you get the Brigitte and Matt
they do their secret handshake and dap it up.
Yeah.
Like, hey, drinks after this? Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brigitte asked about little Oliver, right? Checking on Oliver, seeing how Ollie's doing. Because that's her many lifetimes husband over and over again.
Is it?
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna happen. Oliver's got to get a little bit older for it to be like okay, but you know.
Yeah. And then she gets in negotiation. So Elaine's like, okay, so I got your letter. Why do you need my Bell Founders? And Matt's like, oh, let me tell you about this. So Aludra, you know Aludra. We met, you met her. She's designed this new thing that, like, you know how we shoot fireworks, but like now we're gonna make things out of like metal that shoot like fireworks, but they're gonna shoot.
As he starts to show the plans and explained it, it's Brigitte that leans in and goes, holy shit.
Yeah. Elaine at first is like, I don't get it.
Yeah. Brigitte got it right off the bat. She put two together. Was like, whoa.
Elaine is Constantinople. Brigitte is the Ottomans, where they totally got it. I mean, so like when the cannon was first,
but we have walls. What are we worried about?
Yeah, we have walls. And literally that's how the walls of that's why it's Constantinople is now Istanbul, is because the actual person who invented this particular, because the person who invented the can was Orban, I think it was his name, Urban. He was Hungarian and actually was a Byzantine Greek, so he was on the side of Constantinople, the Greek Orthodox, the Byzantine Empire, but they refused to pay him money. So he just turned over and went to the Ottomans and was like, "Hey, you want to buy my boom sticks?" And they're like, "What can they do?" It's like, they can bring it on the walls. They're like, "We'll buy them." And that's literally how the Turks took over Istanbul. It was because the Greek guys sold the technology to the Ottomans. Urban was his name. But so the boom sticks. But
and the rest
cannons,
is history.
I mean, and Matt kind of explains it. He's like, I'm working on like basically a bird shot. And if people that don't hunt, a bird shot scatters. Called a grape shot if you're talking about old cannons. But it shoots a lot. That shoots a bunch of projectiles out. But you can take out like more than 100 archers could do with one blast. Kind of cool.
And if your mind went down that rabbit hole, just know for bird shot, they use steel pellets and not lead, because who wants to eat lead in your duck?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yep. There were 3 main types of cannonballs used by pirates and by old tall ship cannons. There was a regular shot, which was a steel ball meant for punching holes in the other boat to sink it. A chain shot, which was 2 balls with a chain in between, meant to take down masts.
Wrap around stuff, rip it apart.
And a grape shot, where it was a bunch of projectiles shoved into the cannon, and that was meant to take out the crew on the deck, because you spray a bunch of projectiles at the crew of the deck.
Now,
those are 3 different shots.
They're not completely accurate. So the one designed for taking down a mast, you might ask yourself, well, what if your aim is off and you miss the mast and it hits the people standing on deck? Well, have I got a surprise for you? It does to a lot of people what it would have done to that one giant mast. And it rips people apart.
Yeah. 2 cannonballs with the chain in between, chain shots. So going back to not medieval times, up in the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s, but the old tall ship cannon fights.
The good old days.
Just cannonballs.
Before steam.
Before these ironclads. Which, of course, the first ironclad battle happened from where I'm sitting right now, less than 3, or I guess it's about 3-4 miles from where I'm sitting right now.
Within that,
within 3 or 4 miles, the first ironclad battle ever. The Monitor and the Merrimack, they sunk right that way. 3 or 4 miles.
If you read the story of the battle, though, along with a timeline from start to finish, it was pretty lame. It took a long time. They had trouble lining up their shots. The turret stopped working at some point. It wasn't a good battle, and they could, because they're both ironclads. Like, it wasn't, they weren't doing anything to each other. Like, it was just bouncing balls off of iron hulls, and then a storm came in and sank them. It wasn't actually the cannon fire that sunk the ships. A storm came in and sunk them. Yep.
So they both sank. And the Monitor still is actually that way. The Mariners Museum. You can actually go and see the whole, the turret and everything. They brought it up. Divers brought it up a few years ago, back when we were in high school. They went and pulled it up and they put it on display.
There was actually a lot of money put into preserving it.
Yeah. So they brought it up from the ocean.
That was the first time I learned about, all right, how do you take something that is iron and steel, that has been sitting in salt water for a long time, and how do you bring it up without it instantly turning to a pile of rust and flaking away? Well, there is a long chemical process that we got to watch happen literally in our backyard.
Yep. It's still ongoing. I mean, I think they've drained the tanks at this point, but it took years before they can turn the tanks, because they have to keep it in a tank in water, because they can't let oxygen hit it, because once it oxidizes, because all the salt and everything, it'll just fall apart. So, the restoration of the monitor. Yep, fun stuff. Cool stuff. So if you ever come to Newport News, Virginia, you can go see the monitor. If you want to go to the Mayor's Museum, it costs $1 to go to the museum.
This is why we're in trouble that Chris isn't here, because we just went on a tangent about cannonballs for way too long, when really the meat of this, I mean, the exciting part is Brigitte looking at the prints and going, oh shit, this is awesome. But then the exciting part of the chapter is Elaine busting out like her prowess as a negotiator, and she's in this mode of protecting her own. Not so much a control freak. I mean, I know Matt was like hesitant to give her any sort of control over this, and he wanted to have control over the cannons, but I get Elaine. Like, why would she? I know she loves Matt, but why would she just go, yeah, anything you want, buddy, yeah, and then just take everything, da 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 da. She has her own people in Kingdom to protect, and she's coming up with her own strategies and whatnot. So, like, there's this negotiation for, all right, how many are we going to make, and whose are they going to be, and who gets to control them, and who has to say, and who this, who that, whatever. And it was good because Matt wasn't a jerk about it either. Like, even he was like, all right, there's got to be some give and take here. I would much prefer right now where we're at that it was written where she just gave Matt everything he wanted and then she had no control over him. And it was all up to Matt and Matt's plan. Like, I trust his wild luck, his random luck. That
doesn't serve her at all.
Right.
I mean, in the moment. Yeah.
But as it unfolded, I was like, this makes sense. And even Matt was like, okay, we got to do some give and take. I'll be in charge of all of them so long as I'm here. If I have to leave, I take this many with me and you get to keep a couple, that sort of thing. And yeah.
But the more important part is having to give him a medallion for 3 days with the golem in the city.
Here's the thing. Matt overplayed his desperation. I think Matt could have worked out a deal without that. But I think it was it was definitely a token to Elaine of, look, I'm serious. Like, this is extremely important to me. So I think that it wasn't just her caving because of how desperately she wanted to get her hands on that. I think that was also insight. Elaine looked at it and like, oh no, this is extremely important to Matt. If this isn't something he would.
Excited. And Matt got excited too once he realized Elaine's motivation wasn't just to figure out how to jailbreak it and figure out how to round it. It was how to copy it. And he was like, wait, what? Wait, that's actually okay with me. I thought I said I would just wanted it to figure out how to get around it. But if you want to copy it, sure.
Now copy it for who? If Aes Sedai are wearing it, does that mean they could strike others and not be attacked? Does it defend against balefire? Oh, I mean, this one could come in handy.
I mean, it is a weave. It is a weave. It's just a
weave.
It
is. Just a weave. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
As I started talking, I was like, my first thought was, you dummy, not now, the golem's out there, that's your only defense. But he did communicate that to her. Even she was like, then I'm going to get this back to you as soon as absolutely possible. Like, you need it, right? But even in defeating the golem, imagine if Elaine and Matt had one of these. Or Elaine, Matt, and Brigitte had one of these and could fight the golem. Like, they might actually be able to take him out. So it's nerve-wracking, a little scary, but yeah, we need more.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, then also we already kind of went through this whole thing where Elaine offered Tom a position on the court and gave him the letter of pardon, but Tom turns it down. He has more.
I got business.
I got business. I got to see.
But Elaine ain't trying to tie him down. Elaine, this is great. Elaine ain't trying to time down. She just wants him to know he has a home.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Think about
he pulls the whole Goodwill Hunting line. Gotta go see.
Gotta see about a girl.
Woman. Gotta go see about a girl.
I think Elaine's line. I mean, that was expected from Tom, but Elaine's line of "No, bro, you're not bound to anyone or anything here." It's kind of. I keep referencing Lord of the Rings. You bow to nobody.
Yeah. Whether or not Balefire's already been. There you go. Whether Protection's Balefire's been answered, but I won't ruin your rereading.
Okay. Well, I might need to fast forward then. Well, I would have memory of Matt getting Balefired and the medallion not working, so I'd assume it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, think about Tom, right? He's been making the best of it wherever he goes. He's been traveling and telling stories in the worst of bars. He has not had a home, and that's what Elaine is offering him. She's like, no. You're not tied here. You don't have to serve me. You're not serving this court per se, like you're bound to it at all times. You can come and go as you please. I'm just letting you know that when you're here, you have a place of prominence, like you have a role, and this is your home. That
right.
We didn't get much insight into Tom after that was received from her. Maybe we will, but even if we don't, I could tell you in that moment, Tom was struck. Yeah. He's been a Rolling Stone and wandering for a long time, and I don't think that was necessarily by his choice or what he would have preferred. So
yeah,
Elaine hooked him up.
Yeah, and then Elaine invites him to dinner, and that's kind of the end of this chapter. Like, yeah, come eat dinner with me.
Yeah.
Then we end. The end.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. Anything we missed? Any other thoughts you had that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, there was during Perrin's lessons of running around when they were in Emmonsfield and they hit that barrier.
Yeah.
I don't have a good guess on what it is. And it was there and then it fizzled and went away. And it's not necessarily that Hopper said it was evil. He just said that it was wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong doesn't necessarily mean evil. Like, it was near enough Emmonsfield and the Two Rivers. Like maybe down there they were protected from other evils that were attacking the rest of the world. And because it was there and then it went away, maybe that barrier was like breaking down, and that's why all this stuff started happening all of a sudden there. In my reread, I go back to there's obviously significance in the Two Rivers. We've talked about Manetheren, but we have when we talk about, all right, so where do you have to go right now? Like if Rand wanted to go talk to the shit, I want to say the Dark Lord, but not the Dark Lord. The Dark One? How are we referring to him in these books? One? Yeah. Who? Where would he have to go? Where's the place to go to have that conversation?
With the Dark One?
Yeah.
With the Great Lord.
Great Lord. Yeah, not the Dark Lord. The Great Lord. You go to Shao-Gul.
You go Shao-Gul, yeah.
Yeah, because I think Lanfear invited him at some point, either him or Perrin, but like, hey, like, go talk to him, da-da-da-da. There's a physical place to go, and that's where the source is, like, nearest. I feel like there's a source also there in Emmonsfield, the wine spring itself. And these are waters that spring up, but there's something about the Mountains of Mist. There's something about that area that's been not part of this story fully yet, that's been cut off, that maybe we're about to get into.
Yeah.
there's also, now I might be mixing up. I don't know if it's now or in the book I'm rereading, where Perrin notices there's the mine road, the old mining road, and they're not sure why they called it that. And obviously something was mined out of the mountains there. Maybe it's the metals or minerals that were used to forge the Heronmark blades, or something significant there, like something they can, I don't know. I'm rambling at this point because the alcohol's kicking in and I didn't eat too much, but
yeah,
obviously there's something significant about this area.
Yep.
Hopper says it's not natural.
To DK Moon's point, Alan has an apartment right near Shagul. No, this is Shagul. I live in it.
He's in Newport News. That place we talked about where we grew up. Alan's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still here.
They don't call it the bad news for nothing.
They don't call it the bad news for nothing. Good old bad news.
Newport News. Named so because Christopher Newport made so many sales back and forth from the new and the old country. He was constantly bringing news with him back and forth. It's called the Newport News.
That's the leading theory.
Yep. Now, my favorite is when Christopher Newport decided to put a statue of Christopher Newport University put out a statue of Christopher Newport. And initially when they did it, he had both arms, right?
They still do. He still does.
Oh, it still does. Well,
yeah, there was a big campaign to try to. Yeah, when he was young, when he was a cabin boy, he lost a hand.
Yeah, when he was very young. So, and I think they make a valid point. Like the achievements, the things he achieved in life that made him well known, he did while being disabled. Right? Yeah. It wasn't like he lost his arm way later in life when he was old. So
no, he was a kid.
There's communities that was like, how about we represent like what he actually was when he did all this stuff? Yeah.
Your dad just bought a 2001 pickup truck from Newport News area a few weeks ago. Oh, well, check for sawdust in that tank. That might be a lemon.
It might be all right.
Yeah, it might be okay. It depends on what part of Newport News he was in.
Yeah. You still got a couple of them good old boys that take real good care of their vehicles and just putt around town. Happy to have a truck. Don't put a lot on them. But then you got people that beat them up.
Yeah.
Might have got lucky.
You do. Yeah, it depends on where you got it from. Anyway, in Newport News area, we don't usually call it Newport News area. It's usually the Norfolk area, but thanks for calling it.
Thanks for the street cred, the shout out.
Yeah. If Newport is so bad, how bad must Oldport be? Yeah, I don't know.
Newport versus Oldport. I like it.
Yeah, Newport News. Newport News is a really, really interesting history, though.
It does, and it's not all bad like we joke about. Newport News, I guess it's not unique in this.
Wasn't he bringing the news to Jamestown? Yes, he was bringing the news to Jamestown. Jamestown is literally about a 30-minute drive from my house, so it's right up the street.
Yeah,
so,
it's just upriver. Yeah,
and actually by boat, it's like 15 minutes. But yeah,
right, you could zip there real fast. Yeah. We joke on Newport News a lot. Well, there are like some sketchy areas you got to watch out for, and there's some unique things that you can only appreciate if you're from there. There's also great history, like Alan said, and some really fantastic neighborhoods. It's still the neighborhood we grew up in, man. You grew up there fully. I moved there beginning of high school, but man, that was fantastic. And
you heard of the Jamestown Ferry? Why? Like, hold on. He came in. I've heard of the Jamestown Ferry. Why? Like, you trying to go to Surrey? Like, I don't understand. Like,
look, it's a fun ride. When I still had my motorcycle, I would do the loop, and I would go down, catch Catch the ferry from the Jamestown side, right across to Surrey. Do the Surrey Seafood House for dinner, and then loop back around up 5 and everything. It's fun.
Yeah. No, we take our kids over that way just because they like to take the ferry on the car and get out and walk
it's
around.
neat, but not a lot of people that if you're not from around here, most people don't know about it.
Yeah.
It's not a common commuter route.
It connects Jamestown, which is a very popular tourist destination, to Surrey, which there's nothing in. So
yeah, most people don't know about it. Yeah, it's cool that you do know.
There's a nuclear power plant. There's a nuclear power plant over there. Surrey.
Yep. Indeed, there is.
Fun times. There is Surrey nuclear power plant. That's where most of our electricity comes from. Anyways, favorite character.
Oh shoot! I didn't think of that.
There's a couple of good ones to pick from here.
There's some good ones.
Skinny Ketchup.
No. I like that. I have to go Perrin only because it's about time where he finally flat out said to Hopper, "Okay, teach me." Like this is his turning point of, I got to stop fighting it. I got to know how to do this. Also, skipped over this a little bit. The first time Egwene traveled from one place to another, it was through Teleron Riyadh, right?
The first time
Egwene traveled from one place to another?
Yeah.
Wasn't it through Teleron Riyadh? Okay. And then, so that clicked when Perrin was putting together that, like, he doesn't actually have to run from one spot to another in the dream world. He can kind of think it and just be there.
Yeah.
I started thinking, I was like, man, maybe Hopper can teach him this, but even better, what if the wolves don't really know how to do that part and Perrin has a chance to link up with Egwene or somebody that knows that skill? And then Perrin's able to teach that to the wolves. So now Perrin and his wolf army can literally transport to anywhere on the map and show up and start biting throats. How cool would that be?
Interesting. Yeah.
We just need the right people to communicate.
Okay.
Or even shadier. What if the wolves could have done that all along and Hopper's like, oh yeah, no, like we could all show up wherever we want, whenever we want. Let's just, and Perrin would be like, why didn't you tell me that? And he'd be like, well, you didn't ask.
Yeah. You didn't ask, yeah. I'm gonna give it to Brigitte. That's
for
just for being awesome, for meeting our boy Matt. They're all drinking buddies back together, for figuring out like, all the different use of the cannons. Yeah, the secret handshake. Just she
got very excited about the cannons.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
I'm excited about cannons too. I like cannons. Cannons are fun.
Yeah.
Boomsticks. They go boom. I mean, it brings me back to my old. We still have Sputnik. Sputnik is still at my parents' house in the garage.
If we try to fire it right now, all that glue is probably cracked. It would probably blow apart, but I don't know. Maybe it would work.
It's never been thrown away. The rest of them all been thrown away. The original is still there with the duct tape name on the side and everything. Yeah.
It's the electric tape. With electric tape, we spelled out Sputnik. That's great. I'm glad they held on to it.
It's still in the garage.
It's a fun time.
Anyway,
nearly arrested with that thing on a couple of occasions.
Oh, so we got cops showing up like multiple times. Yeah. Right. We shot it with the cops one time. That was fun.
Yeah.
So next week we're doing 2 chapters, chapter 20 and 21. Chapter 20 has Ian's. This is the final time, Ian. The final time.
Choices?
It's called a choice.
What?
A choice. A choice.
I told you one more time and I quit. So this podcast is down to 2. It's Chris and Alan. I am officially done, which means I get to read ahead and finish the books. I'm excited. There's 2 more chapters for you and Chris. There's the rest of the chapters for me.
21 is an open gate. But yeah, so a choice and an open gate.
All right.
It's not choices. It's not choices. It's a choice. We've got away from choices. There's not multiple
If
ones.
there's only one option, then there's no choice. So at least they're being a little more accurate with the title.
Yeah, it's a choice. Yeah, not choices. A choice.
Okay. Well,
a choice is chosen.
You all may or may not see me next week, depending on how this chapter plays out. But the previous choices chapters. Okay. We'll see.
Yeah, this is not a bad one. And then an open gate's the other title. An open gate.
Oh,
just like the one by the pond in the governor's mansion.
Yeah, when we were talking favorite character in the chat, who said it? Lubity Doo said Matt for finally growing up. I'll add to that. It's I think the also part of the chapter I mentioned, it was not just Matt growing up, but like Elaine allowing him to, or recognizing it also. Like that was a very heartfelt moment. And it also allowed Matt to kind of fully fill his shoes, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
I'm still reading through the chat about the whole Siri and the fairy things.
Oh yeah,
the amount of people in our chat that know about this fairy have taken this fairy. like I was like, oh yeah, I've heard of the fairy. Oh yeah, I've taken the fairy. Like what? Who's here? And who are you? It's like my neighbor down the street. Our whole chat is just people that live around us. There are people we know.
Yeah. It's our parents and like all of our friends' parents from growing up. Yeah.
You guys got a podcast. Come to find out, fools on you. Yeah, no one actually listens to us. I've just been lying to you about the numbers. It's been 3 people the entire time.
Alan never actually publishes the episodes. He just, our parents listen really live and that's it.
We're not even really live.
Oh man. I love it.
Oh, that would be great. Anyway,
it's been good therapy over the years. I'm happy for it.
Yeah, there you go. So we're doing 2 chapters. We'll be back next Tuesday for some more Will Reads. At least that's my plan, unless something crazy comes up. How we can be found is at thewillreads.com. You can find us to click on some cool links to buy things like cool t-shirts and frosty mugs like the one Ian's drinking out of, right? Yeah, show off merch. There you go. Yeah, you can buy all sorts of cool stuff there. Also check out our Patreon. We'll give you a cool shout out if you join. And we'll love you forever. We'll love you a long time. And yeah, like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. And that's all I got for this week. So
dibs on Chris's part. Until next time.
Okay.
Peace.
Okay, bye. Thank you for watching The Wheel Reads.
Until next time.
Okay, bye.
Get your Coast Guard certified life-saving device ready and strapped on.
Oh, where are we doing tonight?
What kind of strap on you talking about?
Traveling.